You think they moved on. You tell yourself they're fine without you. But what if the silence you feel is not peace? It's panic? Your person didn't expect to miss you this much. Now they're panicking. You've felt it, haven't you? That strange shift in energy. The way their absence feels louder than before. The way something inside you whispers, "This isn't over." You try to ignore it. You try to be logical. But your intuition keeps tapping you on the shoulder. Because when someone truly didn't care, the energy feels clean. It feels closed. This feels different. This feels unfinished. Psychology research suggests that when someone loses emotional access to a person they once felt secure with, the brain doesn't process it as, "oh well." It processes it as a threat, especially if they thought you would always be there, especially if they believed you were the safe option. Your person didn't expect to miss you this much. At first, they felt relief, maybe even power. The silence gave them space. The distance made them feel in control. They told themselves it was for the best. They convinced themselves you would eventually reach out. But you didn't. And that's where the shift begins. Behavior experts notice something interesting about attachment. When someone believes they have emotional security, they relax. They stop proving themselves. They stop fearing loss. But the moment that security disappears unexpectedly, their nervous system reacts. Now their mind starts replaying your conversations, the way you used to look at them, the comfort they felt in your presence. Things they once ignored now feel heavy. Because they thought missing you would be small. And it isn't. The human brain struggles with loss more than it struggles with conflict. Studies show that uncertainty activates anxiety centers far more than closure does. And your silence created uncertainty. They don't know what you're thinking. They don't know if you're moving on. They don't know if someone else is replacing them. And that not knowing is what creates panic. But here's the part you don't see. When someone starts panicking internally, they don't always show softness. Sometimes they show distance. Sometimes they post more. Sometimes they act colder. Sometimes they pretend they're happier than ever. Because panic doesn't always look like tears. Sometimes it looks like ego protection. Your person might be trying to convince themselves they don't care. They might be distracting themselves, talking to new people, staying busy, filling the silence with noise. But when everything gets quiet at night, your absence feels louder. Have you ever noticed how memories hit hardest when you least expect them? A song, a place, a random thought. Suddenly, your name is in their head again. And this time it doesn't feel comfortable. It feels like regret. Psychology research suggests that humans often underestimate emotional attachment while they still have access to it. Only when that access is removed does the full weight show up. Your person didn't plan for this. They thought they could handle it. They can't. And here's the twist. The more you stay silent, the more their imagination fills in the gaps. And imagination is powerful, sometimes stronger than reality. Now they imagine you glowing, healing, talking to someone new, smiling without them. And their ego doesn't like that image, because missing you is one thing, losing you is another. When someone starts to feel like they are losing control of the emotional narrative, panic rises. They might stalk your profile, ask mutual friends about you, reread old messages, compare everyone new to you, and the comparison rarely feels good. But there's something deeper happening. When someone thought they were the one pulling away, they felt safe. But now, the power feels reversed. And humans are highly sensitive to power shifts in relationships. When they sense they no longer have emotional control, anxiety increases. Your silence shifted the dynamic. You didn't chase. You didn't beg. You didn't collapse. And that unexpected strength is unsettling for them, because it forces them to question something they didn't want to question. What if you're actually fine without them? That thought hits harder than you realize. Behavior experts notice that when someone begins to panic about losing a connection, they go through 3 emotional stages. First is denial. They tell themselves it's temporary. Second is distraction. They avoid feeling. Third is awareness. Awareness is the dangerous stage. That's when they admit, even silently, I didn't think I'd miss them this much. And once that awareness settles in, everything changes internally. They might not text you immediately. Pride is strong, ego is stubborn. But the emotional shift is already happening. They start looking at you differently in their mind. They start seeing your value in hindsight. And humans are very good at romanticizing what they lose. But this is important. Their panic is not your responsibility. You are not meant to fix the anxiety their absence created. You are not meant to calm the storm inside them. Your job was never to shrink yourself to make someone else feel secure. If your silence created panic, it means your presence meant something. Let that sink in. Sometimes you think you were too much, too emotional, too caring, too attached. But if you were forgettable, there would be no panic. The intensity they feel now is proof of emotional depth. And here's something else most people don't realize. When someone starts panicking about missing you, they often test the waters indirectly. A random story view, a small like, a casual message, something light, something that doesn't expose vulnerability fully. They don't want to look desperate. They just want to see if the door is still open. But what happens next depends on you. And if you respond from loneliness, the dynamic resets. If you respond from strength, the balance changes permanently. Because now they know you're not waiting in the same way. And that's powerful. Your calm scares someone who expected you to chase. Your peace unsettles someone who thought you'd break. Psychology research suggests that emotional absence can sometimes increase perceived value. Not because of manipulation, but because humans appreciate what they fear losing. Your person didn't expect to miss you this much. They didn't expect quiet to feel heavy. They didn't expect their pride to compete with their feelings. And they definitely didn't expect you to handle the distance this well. So if you've been wondering whether they think about you, they do. If you've been questioning whether the silence affects them, it does. Maybe not in the way you imagined. Maybe not dramatically, but internally, quietly, steadily. Panic doesn't always explode. Sometimes it builds slowly. And sometimes, the one who thought they had all the power is the one losing sleep. But here's the truth you need to hold on to. Whether they panic or not, whether they return or not, your value doesn't increase based on their realization. You were valuable before they missed you. You were worthy before they panicked. Their awareness is not what makes you important. You already were. The real shift isn't about them missing you. It's about you no longer needing them to prove that you matter. And that's the moment everything truly changes. If this resonated with you, comment, "I feel this, so I know you're here." And if you want more psychology truths that feel personal and real, subscribe and share this with someone who needs clarity today.